Hi everyone, I'm Leke, and in this tutorial I'll be explaining to you how you can make use of selection or selecting in Photoshop. Now, there are different modes of actually creating selections in Photoshop, and you can use several tools. You could use your your Mark tool here. If you right click on this, you will see the rectangular Mark tool, the elliptical Mark tool, the single row Mark tool, and the single color Mark tool. Then you could also use your magic wand here, or you could use your quick selection tool, whichever. Then you could also use your lasso tool, or if you right click on it, you can also see your polygon lasso tool or your magnetic lasso tool. Then also you could also use your pen tool for making selections, but I usually use the pen tool the most because it gives me flexibility to actually walk around my selection processes. So you can check one of the tutorials and you will see how you could actually use the selection tool, sorry, the pen tool. Now, but basically for this tutorial I'll be showing you how you could actually work with the rectangular Mark tool in making selections. So if you click on this now, let me just explain what I actually want to achieve first of all. Now for this letter P, I actually want to make this bottom curved. I want to give it a curved shape at the bottom, so it's not just flat. So how can I achieve this? The first thing I need to do is, let me first of all duplicate this by pressing Ctrl J. Now if you're using a MacBook, it will be Command J, but for a Windows laptop system it's Ctrl J to duplicate. Now, so I can actually hide this, then I can make this one I just created, I can right click on it and convert it to a smart object. Okay, so why I'm actually doing this is because I don't want this whole place to look messy, so that I won't be having too much of duplicate here and there, cuts and that. So I can actually do all my work inside the smart object, and all you just see is this smart object here. But if you double click on the smart object, double click, then it opens the smart object here. Okay, good. So I can duplicate this one also, Ctrl J, then I make the original one invincible, then I right click on this, then I click rasterize type. Okay, now the reason why I'm rasterizing it is because it's in a vector form, and in that form I won't be able to work with it or even make or cut anything from it or even make adjustments to it. So I have to convert it to raster form because Photoshop is a raster software. So this has been mentioned in one of the tutorials also, so you just go back to check the tutorial on difference between raster and vector images. Okay, without wasting much time, so how do I achieve this? Now I want to make this bottom here to curve. I want to give it this kind of quarter circle shape or quarter arc. So what I do is, the first thing is I click on my rectangular tool here, Mark tool here. So then you drag below it here. Then having done that, then to get this curve here, if you notice, I actually want to cut out something that curves like this and this place here. So what do I do? Simple. Then I come to my elliptical Mark tool. Okay, then I drag it. Oh, sorry. Let me go back and do that. Ctrl Z. All right. So I select my Mark tool here, my elliptical Mark tool. Then up here, I'll select. You can see this is if you want to create a new one. If you want to add a selection, then if you want to subtract the selection, so I click subtract. Then I drag it this way. Okay, then to make this, since I want to get a quarter arc, so I'll press the shift button down to make the circle selection even, to be a circle with an even radius. Then to move it about to the exact spot I want, I'll just press my spacebar button down, then we drag. Okay, so you can adjust this till you get a feel of what you're looking for. Okay, all right, so I can drag this to the edges that I need. So once I'm done, I just click it, then you see it subtracts it automatically. So the next thing you need to do is just click your move tool, which is this. Then make sure that the what you want, the letter P that will rasterize is selected. Then you bring your cursor, which is your selection tool, to here that you've already highlighted. Then you drag, then you can see automatically it cuts it. So once you're done, you just hit delete. So you can do it either ways. You can just, after selecting the shape you want to cut from, you can just hit delete, then it deletes what the part that has been stretched already. So that's how you can actually use the Mark tool to create selections or to cut selections. So once you're done, you just click close, then you click save. Yes, so automatically whatever you do here will reflect on the original design that you actually did here. You can see we already have that curved part. I said that all the jargons I did inside the smart object is not reflected here, because I actually created it as a smart object and I now worked on it inside the smart object dimension. So now another thing we could actually achieve with this is we can actually select this. Let's assume that you want to give this a stroke. Now this shape, that's when I want to stroke this shape, and I don't want to make use of the layer properties. You know, the layer properties we have like this. You can just double click on this. You can double click on this here. Okay, then you can click stroke here, select stroke here. Okay, then you can increase the stroke. So you can change the color. You can change the color to, let's say, white, to red rather, so you'll be able to make it. Our background is white, that's why I couldn't see the stroke before. So you can reduce the size of the stroke. Then once you're done, you can click OK. But there's another way I can actually achieve this. How? Simple. Let's go. Now to achieve this, let me hide this. Okay, so let me work with this now. If I want to achieve the same effect on this, all I need to do, and I don't want to actually use the stroke layer properties feature, what I need to do is I press my control button down and select this layer, the P layer. So your control button down, then click on the layer you want to select. Then you can see that there are these hidden lines, there are just cross lines that are around the shape. That shows that you selected it. Now what do I need to do? What I need to do is to click on select here, then I'll click modify, and I'll click on expand. So I can now select the pixel I want to expand it by. So I can click 3, then you click OK. Alright, so if you still want to add some more to it, you can click select, click modify, you can click expand. So you can contract also, you can also reduce it if you want, but for this sake of this lesson, we're actually expanding. So you can click expand. So you can make this, you can add 6 more, then click OK. You can see that. So to make this effective, I just click on this lower layer here, then I'll click on create new layer. So after creating my new layer, what I need to do is simple. I've already created a new layer that I want to put the stroke for this underneath. So what I need to do next is come to edit and then click on fill. You can see the shortcut here is shift plus F5. So you just click on fill. Then remember, in our previous tutorial I explained to you that this yellow here is known as your foreground color, then this dark purple here is known as your background color. So but you can actually select any color you want. So if I scroll down here, I can use foreground or use background, or actually select any, I can select the color that I want to use. So let's use our foreground color, which is yellow. Then you click OK. So you can see now, I see that that's given the stroke without us even using the stroke feature. So the moment you're done using that, then all you need to do is just to press your Ctrl D, then it deselects and your stroke is effective. So these are the various ways that we can actually use selection tool. You can actually compress it, you can expand it, you can smoothen it, you can make it a feather, just like I showed you, just like when I went to the select feature here. So nice to have you, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.